A lot of people think they struggle with connection because they haven't found the right person or the right friend group or the right dynamic. Sometimes that's true, but a lot of the time, the real issue is simpler. Connection starts to feel real, and your system pulls back. Not because you don't want it, because now it matters. You care more, you feel more exposed, you start monitoring yourself. And the moment you start monitoring yourself, connection gets harder. That's what I want to talk about today. Why some of us pull back when something actually feels good, and what's really happening underneath it. So, we're just going to start here with why connection gets harder when it starts to matter. When a moment doesn't matter much, you're usually more natural. You talk normally. You don't overthink every sentence. You're just there. But when you actually care about the person, about the impression, about the outcome, something shifts. Your breathing changes, your attention moves outward, and instead of expressing, you start tracking. How am I sounding? Did that land? Did I say too much? Do they still like me? That shift is small, but it changes everything. Because connection needs presence, and self monitoring takes you out of presence. And so now a lot of social behavior is self protection in disguise. So we're going to talk about the hidden role of self protection. A lot of social behavior is self protection in disguise, apologizing too quickly, talking too much when the room gets quiet, pulling away after a good date, second guessing a good conversation, feeling invisible in certain groups. These moments look different, but underneath them, the same thing is often happening. You're trying to protect yourself from exposure. Because connection is not just closeness, it's also visibility. To connect means you can be felt, read, judged, wanted, rejected, misunderstood. So when the nervous system reads that kind of exposure as risk, it does what it knows how to do. It protects. Sometimes by shrinking, sometimes by overperforming, sometimes by withdrawing, sometimes by feeling the silence, so you don't have to feel it. Different behavior, same root. And then why good moments can be harder than bad ones. So just shifting gears here. Uh, this is the part a lot of people miss. Bad moments are easy to label. You know when a conversation went badly. You know when something was awkward. You know when someone clearly pulled away. But good moments can be harder. A good date, a real conversation, someone seeing you clearly, someone liking you back. These moments can often create vulnerability, more vulnerability, not less. Because now there is something to lose. Now hope enters, now attachment enters, now possibility enters. And for a lot of people, possibility feels less stable than disappointment. Disappointment is familiar, hope is exposing. So instead of leaning in, the system pulls away. Not because the connection is wrong, but because it feels real. And then you start acting unlike yourself. So why you start acting unlike yourself? People often say, I don't know why I act different around certain people. Usually it's not random. It's pressure plus exposure. The more the moment means, the more identity gets compressed. You become smaller, you become more careful, you become more edited. Or sometimes you become the opposite. too much talking, too much joking, too much energy. But both are still forms of protection. One shrinks, one overcompensates. And both happen when the body stops feeling settled. That's why trying just to be yourself usually doesn't help. Because if the system is activated, you don't have full access to yourself in the first place. And so you don't need a better personality in those moments. You need less internal threat. So, what actually helps? What helps is not forcing closeness, not confessing more, not texting more, not performing better, not explaining yourself more clearly every time you feel tension. What actually helps is reducing self monitoring. That means notice when your attention leaves your body and starts orbiting the other person. Notice when you stop relating and start performing. Notice when you're trying to make the moment feel safe by controlling it. And then make a small move, make a smaller move. So slow your pace, say less, let the silence stay. Don't send the second text immediately. Don't turn one good interaction into a whole future. Most people don't need to create more connection right away. They need to stop interrupting the connection that's already there. So if you tend to pull back when something feels real, it doesn't automatically mean you're not interested. And it doesn't automatically mean the connection is wrong. Sometimes it means your system does not yet feel fully safe being seen. That can change, but usually doesn't change through force. It changes through steadiness, less self monitoring, less urgency, less performance, more presence. Because real connection doesn't get stronger when you try harder. It gets stronger when you stay. Free game.